Alright, what is up you guys? TMxA Surge here, making my video on the assault rifles of Advanced Warfare. This is me using the AK-12, obviously. This was requested in one of the comments of my SMG video, which is basically the same format, same layout, and everything like that, but I've already made it, and they said, we don't want to just see some machine guns, we want to see assault rifles. I said, okay, so that's what I'm doing. So if you're not familiar with this, basically, I have my sheet of paper here, and I take notes on each gun, and the traits, the attributes of it, what it lacks in, what it has that is good, its iron sight rating, and the recommended attachments. You will also notice that I'm not using any attachments for the gun. That's because we're going to try to find the attachments that fix the bad traits that it lacks in or is just bad with by doing that. So let's get right into it for the AK-12. The AK-12 lacks in fire rate and clip size. Now you're probably thinking, well, if the fire rate is low, then the clips, then it won't like waste the clips so fast. But really, this gun doesn't have a lot that's bad that it it is bad with. So you know, like, just I'm trying to find the little things here, and I think that obviously you could up the fire rate, but also the clip size could be something that you could up. That's always a thing where if you just want to throw in another attachment, extended mags is usually the way to go. Alright, well, that's what it's bad with, and what this gun has that it is good is range and accuracy. It's an assault rifle, so pretty much every single one is going to have good range. And that's just, yeah, that's just how it is. That's what they're made for, and that's what they're supposed to be doing. And then this one also has good accuracy. Most of them also have that. But yeah, the accuracy is really good. As you can see, you probably don't need to put on an attachment that increases accuracy, because this gun literally doesn't kick at all. You can wait for my next gunfight to see. This one, I think, actually, like, in this gameplay, a lot of people leave. Yeah, there's only like one guy, but more people join eventually. But anyway, it literally does not kick. Foregrip is not needed. That's the thing that you just do not need, as you can see from my gunfight right there. I just destroyed those kids. I did not need any thing to increase the accuracy. This was with no attachments, and I did good with it. So I mean, yeah, you don't need it. The iron sight rating, I think it's pretty good, actually. Might take a little bit to get used to, which is why it's not great or awesome or anything, but really, the iron sights are good overall, and I like them. I probably, in my opinion, I would not use a red dot sight or anything like that, because I do not need it. I like the iron sights. And then I also included the rating of the gold AK-12, which is, I have a gold camo on this gun, but this isn't the gold. The gold is a special variant where it's the same stats, but you just got it if you pre-ordered Advanced Warfare. And what it is basically the same thing, except the iron sights are like the AK's gun that was on Ghosts, or there was no AK-based weapons on Black Ops 2, so if you played MW3, think all the way back to there. The AK-47 is that kind of attachment. It's like a half circle with 3 pegs sticking out of it, and that's basically what it is. But for all you people who did not pre-order the game, I thought I would just use the normal one. But that rating is good as well. AK-12 gold rating is good as well. Recommended attachments that I would say for the AK-12 was extended mags, just to increase the clip size, and then there's really no other bad traits that you can fix, because this gun is just or assault rifles in general, you can't fix fire rate. There isn't a rapid fire thing that you can put on, but you know, it's I would put on, besides extended mags, I would put on stock and quick draw grip. It just brings your gun up faster, your face, so you can aim it in faster. And then stock is, you know, you can move faster while aiming down sights, which can really come in handy if you're using it. That, and then if you do not like the iron sights and you want to use a red dot sight or an optical of any kind, the recommended attachments are obviously a red dot sight or optical of any kind. I just say red dot sight because that's what everybody uses, that's what everybody likes, and basically that's what, you know, mainly used by most people. So it would be red dot sight, extended mags again, and quick draw grip. I wouldn't put on stock. You can only put 3 attachments maximum on a gun, and I don't think you really, you know, need it. It's just something extra to add on. So that's it for the AK-12. Next up is the BAL or BAL 27. Yeah, and I'll be talking about the statistics of that and what I liked about that and the recommended attachments for that. So see you guys in the next gameplay. Alright guys, hopping on with the BAL or BAL 27. If you guys prefer to say the numbers, I don't really. I think that's just a waste of talking. Just say the BAL, right? It's just, I find it easier. Alright, well that was very off topic, but anyway. I'm gonna get right into it. Try to make this video quick so you guys really doesn't take up too much of your day, too much of your time. Anyway, here we go. The BAL lacks in a little bit of accuracy. I would say accuracy with the iron sights. With these iron sights, I don't know. Well, if you look at any of these long range gunfights I get into, like the one at the beginning of the game, it like shakes a little bit. It's nothing a foregrip won't fix, but anyway, it also lacks in clip size. Like this is the gun that I really base every gun off of to know if it needs like extended clip on it or it needs clip size to be upped more, because like the 32 bullets I can get into probably 2 kills, maybe less, and then I have to reload, and that just it annoys me. I like the ASM-1, it's a lower fire rate and the clip is up 17 bullets more. No, not 17, 13. It's the weekend. Sorry, I'm not gonna do math on the weekend. But yeah, it's up 13 bullets and and it has a lower fire rate. So obviously that's gonna be more efficient for reloading and things like that. But any gun that I see that has 32 bullets or anything, I usually assume that it needs extended clip unless the fire rate is extremely low. Then it probably will not need it. But things that traits that the BAL has that are good is range and fire rate. Like if you can hit the guy, I mean the accuracy is kind of bad itself just with no attachments, but if you can hit the guy, he's gonna die at longer range. I mean, it is an assault rifle, it's gonna have better range. And my iron sights rating is actually good. The reason I picked this is, I don't know, I really didn't like them at first. When I first used the BAL, I did not like the iron sights. I kind of despised them. I always liked the red dot sight, putting that on there. I thought that helped. But many pro players use it, just the iron sights, and I wasn't sure why, and you know, I'm not going to make any exceptions for this weapon to use the red dot sight. Of course, I'm going to use whatever iron sight it provides me for this specific video series. So that's what I did, and it kind of grows on me, especially me as a player who uses submachine guns a lot, and I'm not really used to assault rifles. Things that I really notice is one, that they're not very good at short range. Like, I'm a submachine gun player at heart, so I use an assault rifle. I'm still gonna act the same, and I'm still gonna force myself into shorter gunfights that get me killed a lot more, and that really sucks. But after playing with them for a while, I kind of got used to them, as you can see in this video. I'm kind of getting used to them, and I kind of do good with them. But the iron sights, they really grow on me because I feel like the iron sights help you win more gunfights at a closer range, and that's the reason they grew on me. But I did not like them, but now I do. It's okay to good. okay to good. It's just depends on your personal preference, really. But they grew on me. I'd say, for my opinion, they're good. But for others, they might say it's okay, you know, not the best, things like that. Recommended attachments, if you like the iron sights on the BAL, would be extended clip again. It just irritates me when I can't get like more than 2 kills in one clip. That's my preference. It might not be yours, but you know, I would hope that you would not be watching this video if you didn't care about, you know, my opinion. Anyway, let's see here. So yeah, extended clip. Then I have on foregrip to get that little bit of accuracy that it needs, just that little bit. I mean, it's not much, but it's worth it, and it's going to improve the accuracy. And it's basically a perfectly accurate gun if you do that. So I mean, yeah, that's going to be pretty good. You know, it's going to be pretty easy for you. And then quick draw grip, just to bring it up faster. I noticed that it kind of comes up slow. The iron sights come up slow, and quick draw grip would help that. It's just something extra. It's not a big deal, but yeah. And then red dot sight class. So if you do not like the iron sights, put on the red dot sight, extended clip again, and then foregrip. Quick draw isn't needed. That's just something extra if you have an extra spot open. If I had another spot open, I'd probably put on stock too, you know, like it's just something to fill in there that's gonna help your gun no matter what. And like, yeah, it's just nice. So next up is the ARX 160 or the ARX. But yeah, thank you for watching the BAL, and I'll see you guys in the ARX gameplay. Alright guys, jumping on with the ARX here. Alright, yep, that's pretty much it. Getting right into it here. Gonna try to go fast. Alright, I found that the ARX 160 lacks in fire rate and a little bit of damage. Now when I say damage, I don't mean just like the gun's ability to, you know, kill people or hurt people. I mean the gun's ability, basically. Damage in my mind means like close range damage. Like long range damage, I just think is kind of what range is. Like damage to me falls under the category of shorter, and then range falls under the category of longer. But yeah, so that's why, I mean, it probably has to do with the fire rate, so these probably are associated, and there's really not that much you can do about it. I mean, if you're using this gun, you probably shouldn't be rushing around the entire map like I am. The only map I usually have a set class for this gun is Instinct, you know, the really long-range map. Of course, in this gameplay, I couldn't really choose what map I'm playing on, so, but I figured, well, this has like some big long streets and stuff like coming out of spawns into this cube area where I am right now. So I thought, well, I could get some long-range gunfights. I could get some good gameplay. And the ARX 160 has good range and accuracy. Those are two things that it does not need to change right there. Range and accuracy, they're both very good. They're both, you know, fine. The iron sights rating for the ARX 160 is good. Like, it's really, honestly, I thought I didn't like them that much. Like, it just improves the accuracy, so I mean, it's not gonna hurt. But when I did not use the iron sights, it kind of made me do worse. Actually, like I feel like they do better just by themselves. Recommended attachments if you do like the iron sights. This is a pretty wacky class here because at first I was gonna put on foregrip on there somewhere, but then I tested it out in the firing range. I found that, well, it really doesn't need it. Like looking at it, it's got like one burst in the entire clip, that goes higher than the rest, and that's it. That's one burst. That's one out of the 10 bursts you can get in a clip. That's another thing I was going to put on here was extended clip. I wasn't going to put it on here because I thought, well, I don't need it. You get 10 bursts in one clip. That's very good for a burst gun. But when you don't have any other attachments to put on the gun, you kind of have to. What I put on was quick draw grip, just to bring it up. You know, it's not going to hurt. It's just going to make you better. Then I put, because I thought stock, well, no, stock isn't really needed for this long range of a weapon. Like, fully automatic assault rifles can be used at shorter range, but this one, it's like, you're not going to be able to overpower an ASM-1 at a closer range. So, it doesn't really, you know, need that. And then, what else? So it has the quick draw grip, extended mags, extended mags, but that's just the extra attachment for dual mags. Now, you're thinking dual mags, no one uses that attachment, but I looked at the stats of the ARX-160, and the lowest thing was at 7, and that was the handling, the speed of reloading, and I thought, well, if I don't really have anything else I can change for this gun, or I would like to change for this gun, why not make it reload faster? I actually don't, I underestimate this attachment, but actually it can improve your game by a lot if you have an open spot and you have a gun that reloads pretty slowly. Then attachments for if you do not like these iron sights would be red dot sight or any optical, like I've always said. And then I would put on the quick draw grip again, and it's a tough one to decide between dual mags and extended mags, but dual mags because the clip size is already fine. 10 bursts in one clip, you're fine. And even if that is a problem for you, the dual mags is going to make it so you reload faster anyway. So I'm trying to get the best of both worlds here. So you're going to want red dot sight, quick draw grip, and dual mags. That is the ARX-160. Next up is a gun that I found actually, excuse me, very fun to use. It was very fun. I enjoyed it actually a lot. I did really good with it, and I think it's very underestimated. The HBR-A3. So, we'll see you guys in that gameplay. Alright guys, this is the HBR-A3. This gun I felt like I did extremely well with for like almost my first time actually using it. I've picked it up when I ran out of ammo with my other guns and simply loved it. I'm not actually sure how I haven't used it yet. I mean, I think it's just really fun to use. Like, for me, it's like heaven because, like I mentioned before, I'm a submachine gun player. I'm an SMG player. But this still wins gunfights that are close range. And it still does things that are close range. And it's just really nice in that matter. But let's get right into it here. Alright. The only thing that I found that the HBR3 lacks in would be the clip size. It's 30 bullets, but it's not that big of a deal. I mean, the firing rate is a little bit fast, but it's not something you need. Now, on this gun, it's so good that you need to put something on there. Like, I just destroyed without even any attachments on this. I mean, putting something on there is going to benefit you in some way. Maybe it's small, but the attachments always are going to benefit you when you're using the gun. Okay, so the HBR-A3 has good damage, close and long range, I might add, which is very good for me. And then range and accuracy is also very good with. The iron sight rating is okay to great. Now that's a big scale. That's just because I love the iron sights. I think they're very good, but when I first started using the HBRA3, I did not like them. You kind of got to get used to them, or maybe you just won't like them at all. It's just what you prefer. But I really like them. I feel like you can see really well through them, and they're just really nice to me. But so I would rate them great. Some people might rate them okay, or good, or anything in between. That's why I had to put a scale there. And then recommended attachments if you do not like, or if you do like the iron sights. This is another gun where it was hard to find attachments for it. But I put on extended mags to increase that clip size. That was the only thing that it lacked in. And then I also put on dual mags again, because if you actually watch, reloading is actually kind of slow on this gun. And that could have probably saved me from a lot of gunfights if I would have reloaded faster. And then the last thing is quick draw grip. I just, it's just an extra attachment that you can throw on. I know I've gone over this already, so I don't need to go into too much detail. But then, if you do not like the iron sights, what I would recommend for you is the red dot sight, again, like always. And then,
Enemy taking Charlie.
And then quick draw grip, and dual mags. Just like last time, I was torn between dual mags and extended clip, but really if you use dual mags, even if you use your smaller clip, and if that's a problem for you, you're going to reload faster anyway, so it's kind of good. So that's it for the HBRA3. Next up is the IMR.
We're winning this fucking domination.
Alrighty guys, hopping in on my IMR gameplay. Before I start, I would just like to say that this gun is used a lot in the MLG scene and is growing in popularity. It's like a M8A1 in Black Ops 2. A lot of MLG people use it, and after they pretty much buffed every weapon except for the ASM-1, a lot of new guns have risen in popularity, and this is one of them. So like, this isn't a bad gun to use. I mean, I think it's actually a gun that you could be very successful with. And yeah.
We lost Charlie. Losing speed.
So,
Hey, secure.
the IMR lacks in reload speed because it's a 3D printing gun, so you're never going to run out of bullets, which is nice. But the thing is, you can't even put on dual mags if you want to. Like the one gun where it's actually important to put on dual mags, you can't. That kind of sucks, but we'll all live. As that reload speed, fire rate, obviously I've just put that down because it's a burst gun. I put that down for every burst gun. It's not a big deal. It's actually very good in like fire rate burst wise, like in the guidelines of what a good burst gun would be. And then it also lacks in a little bit of accuracy. As you can see, it kind of shakes. It shakes just a little bit, not anything bad, but nothing a foregrip can't fix, and just putting that right up and make it so it doesn't shake or anything, and it'd be really good. But I don't really think you would need it, actually. I mean, it's probably not needed. And then has good range and damage. This gun, it's nice close range. It's like one burst or maybe 1.5 bursts. In long range, it can be from 2 to 3 bursts, which isn't that bad considering the clip size is about 8. It's 8.5 bursts, which is nice. And the iron sights rating is good. It's basically just a copy of the ARX 160. It's basically the same iron sights. They're very similar guns, but this one I would consider better, if anything. And then recommended attachments if you do not like, or no, if you do like the iron sights, we'll go first. Like I said, probably don't need a foregrip. It's pretty accurate already. I would probably put on quick draw grip, bring that up faster, and then I would probably put on
Enemy taking A.
stock as well,
Lost A.
because this gun you could probably actually use pretty well close range, so you might want to be able to pre-aim while you're going around this corner and walk faster, you know, that might be a little helpful. And then the last attachment for the IMR, I picked the, hold on a second, I picked the foregrip. I picked the foregrip because actually, if you had to choose here, this is basically either or 50% chance of whichever. They're both good. The foregrip or extended mags. Now the foregrip will stop that little tiny shaking that it has, that where it barely shakes at all. You won't need it, but you know, just in case you want to, it will fix that. And extended mags isn't really needed. The clip size is huge already. You don't need it to be 54 bullets in a clip, because even if clip size is just to make it so you don't run out of ammo, it 3D prints the ammo already for you, so you wouldn't need that. So yeah, those are for if you do like the iron sights. If you do not, you would put on red dot sight or any optical, and then I would put on, let's see here, foregrip, just like the last one, and quick draw grip, because then you don't really need stock or extended clip. That's just really a choice you have to make for yourself. But, well, you don't need to make it because you already have 3 attachments, but those were both just extra things that you could put into your class if you had extra room, which we don't if you add on the red dot sight. So that will be it for the IMR. Last one, and probably the worst assault rifle, even though it's actually pretty good. I did pretty good with it. It depends all on your trigger finger, the MK14.
Domination.
Alrighty guys, hopping on to the last gun of this series. I understand the video is getting a little long, getting a bit on the lengthy side, so I'm going to try to make this last gun as fast as possible for you guys. Alright, getting right into it. The MK14 lacks in fire rate, obviously, because it's a semi-automatic gun, but that really depends on your trigger finger. If you have a good trigger finger, the fire rate's going to be obviously a lot better for you specifically. Damage, because at a closer range, you know, you still have to put like 3, 4, 5 shots into them to actually kill them. And at a closer range, you know, the fire rate, you're going to need something that can really kill them, like at point blank, very fast. So, again, your trigger finger is going to have to be a big part of that. The MK14 has good clip size. It's got like 20 bullets, and then, you know, obviously, it's just semi-automatic, so that's 20 shots, which is, I think, is actually a reasonable amount if you actually use it. You might be thinking that's 20 shots, that's not that much. Again, it depends on your trigger finger, how much you shoot, how fast you shoot, and things like that. It also has good range, because it's an assault rifle. It reaches very far in accuracy, because the semi-automatic part of it, the gun only recoils very rarely, because once, like, you shoot once, it goes back down, you know, it's not consistently shooting and making it recoil. The MK14's iron sights I rated as okay. Some people may rate it as good, but I thought good is pretty much rated for everything here, and if I had to rate any one of these assault rifles to have the worst iron sights, it'd probably be this one. So I put okay, and recommended attachments that I have for you guys. With, if you do like the iron sights, would probably be quick draw grip, because you're going to need to get your gun up as fast as you can. You don't want to be worrying about pulling your gun up. You have to worry about your trigger finger. So quick draw grip gets that up faster. Stock, because it you can turn corners and stuff, because if you're using the MK14, you probably shouldn't be turning around corners, but you know, there might always be those certain situations where you might have to. And then probably foregrip, because that's well, because I was either gonna pick foregrip or extended mag. Extended mags, I think you do not need. Maybe you do, but I'm gonna go with foregrip here, because it's just gonna reduce the recoil, and it's gonna be able to have you get shots off faster, because without the foregrip, after you shoot, you have to wait for the gun to go back down, which isn't that much time, but you'll probably notice a difference using foregrip. Then, if you do not like the iron sights, you'll probably need to put on a red dot sight or any other type of sight or optical. Then I would put on quick draw grip and foregrip again. Stock really isn't that needed. If you play the gun how it's supposed to be played, you know, long range shooting, things like that. But yeah, that is it for the MK14, guys. That is it for my entire video. I'm realizing it's a little bit on the long side. I apologize for that. But please comment if you thought any of this was helpful. Comment ideas for my next videos. I'm always open to suggestions. Also, like if you thought any of this information was useful, or you found this interesting, or you liked the video and enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe. And yeah, this is TMxA Surge, guys, and I am out. Peace.